Hello, YouTube subscribers, and hello, Facebook. This is your Michigan fan, Harry Bryant, back again with a post-game video. The Michigan game versus Nebraska. Man, I mean, Michigan, the secondary needs work. It just seemed like they were struggling all game long. Um, and the passing game of Michigan's was struggling. Um, so let me just go over the statistics between both QBs. One from Bryce Underwood and Dylan Raiola from Nebraska. Bryce Underwood, 22 throws, 12 of those throws was completed. Total 105 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And Dylan Raiola of Nebraska, he completed 30 catches, made 41 throws, 308 yards total, 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. So Michigan's passing game wasn't in existence for today. Matter of fact, they were struggling. But thank God for our running backs. And each of our premier running backs has scored. Well, yeah, 2 of them, and then Bryce ran for that 1 touchdown. So Justice Hayes, 17 carries, 149 yards total, 1 touchdown. His longest was 75 yards. Jordan Marshall, 6 carries, total of 80 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest was 54. And Bryce Underwood, 8 carries, 61 yards, 1 touchdown, and a total of 37 far as the long. So far, it could have went either way. And prior to the game, it was practically a toss-up, 50-50 that either team could have won. They could have won, Nebraska could have won, and of course, Michigan could have lost the game today, but thank goodness Michigan did not lose the game. I would like to point out that it was some boneheaded plays, some boneheaded penalties, and I hate to throw one player under the bus, and I'm just gonna go ahead and should I say his name or shouldn't I? Well, let's just say this certain player did a taunting on after a big play, and it costed Michigan. It could have cost Michigan the game because of that boneheaded mistake by taunting the Nebraska sideline. That was pretty dumb. That was dumb, and it should have never happened. And I'm pretty sure the coaches chewed them out when he got back on the sideline because that was just totally uncalled for, and that could have cost Michigan the game just because of some boneheaded mistakes just like that one. And I'm pretty sure he won't do that again in the future. So far, my takeaway from the game is both teams played. I mean, Nebraska, they was itching for their first Big Ten win of the season. They haven't won their first Big Ten game in probably 4 years, the past 4 years, 5 years. And they were looking to break the streak today. And unfortunately, it didn't happen for them. So, both teams, it could have went either way. But what really carried Michigan was our defense. Our front line on our defense, our defensive line, they did what they had to do. Our edge rushers, Barnum, I mean, that guy's going to be playing Sundays. And I know that I can see that Jaheim Barnum, he's going to be playing Sundays. The guy is going to be a next Michael Parsons in the making. I mean, I may be talking from the side of my head or the side of my neck when I say that, but I see that man playing Sundays, and I think he's going to be just like another Michael Parsons. He's a good edge rusher. I mean, he will put pressure on that QB and make him, get him less time in the pocket. And, man, that guy did his job tonight. He really did his job. And, the defense did enough, to carry the team. And, of course, Zavada, he didn't miss kicks. And so I'm glad that he did his job. and Michigan won by 3 points. So yeah, so thank goodness for the kicker not missing kicks. But other than that, I really don't have much to say as far as this game. I mean, like I said, could win either way. Both teams was like evenly favored to win prior to the game, and like I said, Nebraska could have easily won that game because they was in the confines of their own home and they were playing in front of their home crowd, and they was electrifying. They played they played in front of over 100,000 plus screaming Husker fans, and I mean that place is huge. And I mean, it may not have been 100,000, it might have been close to 90-some thousand, but I mean it was a lot of people. But the game could have went either way. Michigan could have won. I mean, could have lost, and Nebraska could have won. But thank goodness, Michigan did enough, and Michigan is now 3-1. And thank goodness that Michigan is 3-1. So let's see who Michigan's next opponent is. Michigan has Wisconsin coming up next at home. So that's going to be another contest that Michigan better be ready for. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm going to make this video short because I really, like I said, the game could have went either way. And I'm just glad Michigan pulled out the win, and thank goodness they did. So, I'm just going to go ahead and end this video. I know it's a very short one, but hey, Michigan won. That's what matters. So now Michigan's sitting on 3-1, and Michigan got Wisconsin, I think, next week. So, congratulations to Michigan. Congratulations. A hard-fought win on the road. Bryce Underwood. I can tell that he's growing in these situations, playing in front of a hostile crowd like that. And he's definitely going to get better. He's definitely going to get better. I mean, he wasn't perfect today, but Bryce Underwood, he's going to get better. I mean, he's going to get better. Now, one thing I need to address before I end this video, our wide receivers, man. We need work, man. Even McCauley, our #1 wide receiver, he didn't do such a good job. But I mean, he did what he had to do, but he really wasn't that special today. Samaj Morgan, he kept dropping passes. I mean, what else can you do if you're Bryce Underwood? So Bryce had no choice but to use his feet in some situations. When it was critical third and something, he had to use his legs. Because our wide receivers keep dropping passes. Now, they caught a few. I'm not going to sit there and say they dropped all their passes. They caught a few passes. But most of those passes, when it was needed, they missed it, or they just couldn't get their hand underneath the ball. It was 2 times that Michigan could have scored, and they failed to catch the ball. Now, I'm not sure it's because of Underwood overthrew the ball, or he or underthrew the ball, or just because the wide receivers, they were so fast doing their routes, and by the time they turned around to catch the ball, they was too late. But so there's definitely got some things to clean up. Before next week. Michigan got to clean up some things. And I mean, on both offense, defense. They got to clean up some things. Because, yes, we won against Nebraska, but it wasn't that impressive. I mean, let's just be real. It wasn't that impressive. It wasn't that impressive. So, yeah, they got a lot of things to clean up. And the good news is they can do it. And it was a lot of injuries, too, to our key guys. So hopefully we can get some of our players healthy to play next week against Wisconsin. We need our players back healthy as fast as possible. So, yeah, there was a lot of key injuries, too. So, I mean, Nebraska, they had injuries as well. So I'm not going to use the injuries as an excuse. We won the game, but there was a lot of key players on Michigan's roster that was hurt and they was unable to play or they was questionable. So, I mean, thank goodness that Michigan won the game. So now we just got to look towards next Saturday. Coach Sharon Moore is going to be back on the sidelines after serving that 2-game suspension. So now he's going to be back on the sideline. So thank you to Biff Poggi. Thank you, Biff, for you filling in that role for Coach Sharon Moore for these past 2 games. And now we won the 2 games without Coach Sharon Moore. Now Coach Sharon Moore can come back and become part of the team going into next week to face Wisconsin. So, hey, thank you, Biff Poggi. Thank you. You did a wonderful job being the fill-in. So, I'm going to end the video by saying, hail to the Venters. Go Blue as always. See you next time.